Right then guys, back again at the garage. Just the retest check. I'm just going to hang out here and eat some crisps and cross my fingers, and hopefully in about half an hour we'll be legally on the road. Fingers crossed anyway. Let's see, come back to you when it's done. Time for the reveal of the past its MOT Mini. Here she is. So outside Ely Cathedral. So if anyone drives their Mini near Ely or in North Cambridgeshire, then you can give me a comment. We'll search on Facebook, I think, for Ely Minis, and there's a holding page there. If you drop a message on there, I should see it. Here we go then. Could be cleaner, but it had to run to its MOT twice, so it's not pristine. Give it a little rev for you. There's the clean MOT sheet. I'll drop some stills in without all my rubbish. Okay, so you've just seen the old Mini get through its MOT and seen it out on the road. Hopefully you'll think it's a fairly good job, but not quite perfect. Obviously it was DIY. I wanted to document this process so I can look back on it in the future. Hopefully some people have got some tips from it, and maybe some enjoyment watching it. Let's have a think about whether this was a good idea. So I've had this car a long time. It's actually my first car, so to me it would always be worth doing it. But if you were to buy a car in rough condition similar to this, it might cost you anywhere from maybe £1,000, let's say. I had some quotes just to do the metal work, and to be fair, it probably would have come out above the quote because they didn't see all of the holes and all of the rust when they were looking round, and you know how these things go. But they were talking 10,000 just for the metal work. Then it would have to be painted. Then all the parts for engine, interior, etc. Would also need to be added on top of that. So let's have a think about what we have spent doing this. I've been through the invoices and we're around about, for parts and paint, so everything that was needed to be added to this car, it's close, maybe £4,500. That's quite a big chunk of money, but it's not 10 grand. I've done it as hobby, so I've had some enjoyment out of it. On top of that, I also invested in some equipment for the garage, and that possibly runs with the spot welder and the compressor and a few other bits and pieces. That possibly runs to £1,000. Now, the spot welder second hand, that can be sold probably for a profit, so you know there's no issue there. The compressor, again, that could be sold, get back maybe half of it. You can probably see just over there, there's another Mini that I am going to be working on a project car for a few years. All of the equipment will get used on that car as well, so it's earning its keep, and the compressor is useful to have in the garage anyway, and you know, the spot welder can always be sold on, no issues. The only other thing is I've had the electrics upgraded, or just the fuses really, and then a 32 amp socket to run that spot welder. That's money I'm not going to get back, but you know, we're talking about 100, so it's not a huge deal in the calculation. So what's it worth now? Well, I'll leave that up to you guys, but I'm getting agreed valuation 8,000 on it, so it's probably not worth 8,000 on the open market. You know, that's probably slightly over the top, but if I wanted to go out there today and buy one, maybe I would need that to get the same car in the same condition. So we could put a number of, say, 6.5 on it, so it's worth 6.5. I've spent 4.5, and a whole load of time and effort. You know, is that break even? Maybe. Was it important to me that I didn't spend more on it than I would be able to get back? Yes. Do I feel like if I had to sell it, I could get the 4.5 or 5,000 or whatever back for it? Yeah, I think we probably could. So you could say if I needed to sell it, I could sell it, and it was just money. It was just my hobby, and it, you know, gave me something to do. Hopefully, I'm going to get some enjoyment out of driving it. Obviously, it's winter, so it's tucked up at the minute. Yeah, bring on the spring and the summer, and I'll try and get it to some shows. So would I have done anything different with this? Well, probably two things I would have done different. One, would have saved a lot of time, and that would have been to fit a full boot floor panel in this car. It was the first part I did. I wasn't hugely confident cutting out all of that part of the car as the very first job. So if I was doing it again now, absolutely I would do that. It would have been so much faster, maybe saved a couple of months. I'm not going to do it on that car though, because it doesn't need anywhere near as much patching in the boot. So that's the reason why we won't use it over there. And the other thing I would have done different on this car is I would have just gone straight for the 2-pack. Had I gone straight for the 2-pack on here, again, I would have saved rebuying of the paint, so you know, a couple of £100 there, and also I would have saved about 6 months waiting for the weather and all the rubbing back, and I think I would have got a better finish, because there are a few bits on here where I didn't quite get the rubbing back between the paint jobs quite right, because I was in a little bit of a rush to get it done the second time because it was starting to annoy me. So yeah, full boot floor panel I would have done straight into 2-pack 2K, and spent my money on the fresh air mask straight away, instead of trying to do it with 1K, which I didn't want to use the toxic paints, but there you go. It seems like it's the only way you're going to get a reasonable finish with your garage equipment. Anyway, thanks for watching everything that's been up about this car. In the next year I am going to put a few videos up on that red MPI there, but it won't be as detailed as it was on this car. I'm not documenting a whole process, and yeah, I'm just going to do a few bits here and there. It needs a lot of work, and maybe I'll just put up some short videos. Alright guys, that's all for now. See you later.